It's the middle of December 2022, and I recently acquired this cargo trailer, 6 foot by 12 foot cargo trailer. Recently acquired it, although I wish it was under different circumstances. My dad's friend Mark recently died unexpectedly. My dad was in charge of most of his estate, if not all of his estate. So I inherited the cargo trailer. So thank you, Mark. Thank you, Dad. And brought it up here yesterday. So we're on my neighbor's land right now. I need to get it back to my land. So I'm gonna clear an area to park it back there and tow it up. Truck and trailer are down there on the left, keeping them a little bit out of the way for now while I clear an area to park the trailer. So plan is to put it kind of next to the Jeep there. Won't have to clear too much, just kind of small stuff. Just need to put it somewhere to get me through the winter. And just broke some ice there. Anyway, I'll pull the truck up that way, be able to back in at a diagonal, park it, and put some jack stands under it, keep it somewhat level, and load it up with all the junk you see lying around. Tires, rims, who knows what else. Got my clearing ready behind me. Should have plenty of room for the trailer. So it's gonna get dark in about an hour, so I'm gonna get moving with getting that back there. Trailer is parked, possibly until the end of time. It was difficult getting it back there. The axle is pretty low to the ground, and of course there's mud, makes the thing sink, rocks everywhere. It took some time, like a million-point turn to back it in there. But it's off the truck. I have to stabilize it a little better, but it's there. So now I can move the truck, and I'm going to move it right to the store to get some beer. Let's work on the kitchen sink. So I've got the sink there. It came with this template, so you can, there's a sink, right? It came with this template, so you can throw that on your counter, center it, and trace around it for the cutout. But I say trust but verify. Use the template as a guide, but I also measured exactly the size of the hole that I'll need for this sink, measured the sink itself. So got that measured out to get in the center here. I've marked where all my corners will be. I'm going to use a nail set and transfer those points for the corner into the wood. Just gently hammer the nail set into the wood so I can take off the tape, and then use my large level to trace straight lines for where I'm going to cut the hole. Right, so this is what I was talking about. I hit the nail set just gently with the hammer, so you can see where the corner will be right there. Did that with all the corners, so now I'll trace them out. There we go. So that's exactly what I'm cutting out here. I got my hammer drill with a 7/8 inch spade bit in there. So I'm gonna drill a hole through each corner. That will give me room to get the jigsaw in there, cut out the butcher block. A little nerve-wracking, but to you know, cut into this beautiful piece of wood here, but pretty sure I measured correctly. That's really hard wood. Not really cutting through it well. Maybe try the impact driver. There we go. Whoa. Beautiful. Maple, don't eat that. Well, no turning back now. Got the holes drilled in the corners. I put down painter's tape to protect the butcher block from the vibration of the jigsaw. You know, it should be pretty smooth here, but just in case, so it doesn't scratch it. And we're gonna cut this out. So also in the cabinet, I stacked up some things just to prop this piece of wood, so that when I cut it, it should stay right there instead of falling off and, you know, ripping off the wood where I wouldn't want it to. All right, get this cut. Making sure the blade's long enough. This butcher block is, I may have mentioned, 1 3/4 inches thick. Blade is fairly long enough. It's going to take a while to cut through this. Let's make sure that's sharp. Yeah, pretty new blade. But this is going to be slow going. Got the first cut done, so about 1/4 of the way there. I'm going to take a break, spread this out, because using that jigsaw is a lot of vibrations. Not the good vibrations that Marky Mark sings about, but ones that make my joints hurt. Alright. Hole was cut, so now I'm going to dry fit the sink, throw it in there. I'll get a pencil ready, mark up any areas that I need to widen up. Hopefully none, but we'll see. So I'm leaving the painter's tape on there for now. I'm going to set some cardboard here. I'm going to drop the sink in. It has some sharp edges. Don't want those scratching up the butcher block. But like I said, dry fit this. And if everything fits, you know, I'll still have to remove it and use a caulk or plumber's putty around the perimeter before I set the sink for good. So let's see. Oh. Sink fits perfectly. I'm ready to install the sink. So a few things I did here to get ready. I sealed the perimeter, the inner perimeter here, with mineral oil, because you want to seal all exposed surfaces. So that includes, you know, anywhere you cut out a hole there. Also, I bore a few holes in there for the clamps that will secure the sink in place. So these things, you can see they're not big enough to handle this 1 3/4 inch butcher block. So I bore the holes so that this can get high enough to connect to the sink. So got those in the back and the sides. Also got the sink upside down here. I put a rope of plumber's putty all around the inner perimeter of the sink, and now it's ready to be dropped in. So I'm gonna square it up, make sure it's perfectly centered everywhere, and then I'll go under the cabinet and secure all these clamps. Sink is in, and I just applied some plumber's putty where the drain's gonna go, faucet's gonna go. I'll install those, tighten them up, and that'll squeeze out some excess plumber's putty, because I probably put a little bit much there, but I'll just trim it off. Sink is done. Done. Everything is hooked up below. No water yet, of course, because it's winter, so I'm not turning on the water until spring, because I don't want everything to freeze out there. But yeah, pretty cool sink. 10 inches deep, lots of room for stuff. It's called a workstation sink because it comes with some accessories that, you know, allow me to double the use of the space where the sink is and not have to spread out everything on the counter. So got a colander, a cutting board, cut, you know, right there using the sink space, and a drying rack that goes right in there. So, you know, multi-purpose. And actually I said everything's hooked up. The not entirely true. The drain is just going to empty right into the cabinet for now. So if I'm going to use it, I'm just going to have a bucket in there so that I can use the sink to clean stuff up, you know, through the winter until I turn the water on in the spring. Then at that point, when I turn the water on, I'll hook up, well, take care of the P-trap below the sink, and you know, get that draining to the dry well out back. Before I close out this video, Maple wants to show you one of her tricks. Maple, shut the door. Good girl. Good girl. Here comes an Andy. Good girl. All done.